Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype? It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view. Injuries, big trades, playing.
What's up, people? Party people, we back. We made it back. You are watching Big Game Sports Buzz. I know I'm just wild right now. Where the sports fanatic and the pro athlete come together and talk sports. Season 4 has begun. Season 4 of this, right?
Only our second season together, Jay. But hey,
dude, it's season 4 though.
Ain't no time like right now though.
But I'm just saying though. Let's call it what it is. Let's celebrate what it is. This is episode 41. I'm Jay Stocks, the Buff Nerd.
42.
Let's go.
Right.
You always do that to me.
But you always off. Quit being off. I quit doing it.
Episode 42. Buff Nerd, Jay Stocks. Let's go. And of course, I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, the reason why we're here. Play for the Bucks and the Colts. Here to give us all that good insight. Big Game James.
What's up, dog? You gotta get the buttons, man. Cause that was a great intro. Only thing missing is like it's some clapping or something, dog. Some great stadium noise, man. But
Mr. Dog, dude, welcome.
Hey,
good
man.
to see you, sir. Already on it.
I missed this, dog. And we were going a long time, but long enough for me to be like, I couldn't wait to get back on, man, and get to talking and get excited this time of year because it's training camp, baby. That mean we right around the corner.
Look here, it's football time. I've been texting and messaging and Facebook messaging all of those Eagles fans, all of them, all the people I love to hate because I love them, but I love to hate.
Why do you love to be a hater? So you
no.
Okay, clarify, because you call me a hater all the time.
Because you are, but I don't love to hate you.
I'm offended. I'm offended by you calling me a hater. Now a habitual line stepper. I take that. I own that. I live with that. I'll be that dude. I'm the habitual line stepper. That's me.
Habitual hater.
But a hate.
I'm gonna call you Double H. This Triple H in wrestling. You're Double H. Habitual hater. Man, we never left. Yo, Mr. Dog, we are definitely going to talk about that for sure. But first, let's get some things out of the way. You know how we do this. Again, thank you for joining us. Season 4 for us, for episode 42 in this new genre era, or what you want to call it. Make sure that you like, subscribe, smash the bell so you know when we are on. You can come in like Mr. Dog, be first one, comment. We'll read your comment, we'll put it up there, and we'll talk about it. Like the show, buy us a coffee, help us grow. www.buymeacoffee.com/Big Game James. Again, we have a lot of things on the horizon. www.buymeacoffee.com/Big Game James. I mean, man, just shows out the wazoo, podcasts out the wazoo, just stuff that's just happening. But it's just so fun to be back here. Of course, we're on ASAP, All Sports, All Plays, Sports Network. And of course, you can check us out on Facebook and YouTube on the Big Game Sports Buzz and Big Game Entertainment channels.
That's a lot, boy. You need to take a breath. You need a sip after all that?
Man. Hey, red cup. Let's go.
Oh, okay. You should have put it in your Big Game Sports Buzz tumbler.
Dude, let me tell you what happened to that tumbler. My wife has taken that.
She stole your tumbler, dog?
Man, the one that I done bought. Oh, this sure is nice. I like this. This is nice. Of course, you can purchase that yourself. But yeah.
Feel free to go get your tumbler. Matter of fact, get two so when your wife steals yours,
when she will,
you will have it.
She sure did, man. We'll definitely do that. Share the stream for sure. But hey, you know what time it is? Let's jump into this, man.
All right,
it's not for 4 downs.
I'm slow on. I'm slow.
We still in preseason, y'all. Actually, we in training camp right now.
Yeah, we real rusty. We day 2. season 4, episode 42. But it's training camp, man. My computer is he gonna get in the ice tub after we done today. He gonna go get in the cold tub after we done today.
Extra work.
Ice his goddamn computer up, boy.
I tell you what. Hey, first down. Barkley interested in the LIV Tour. Now, of course, he has kind of, stepped back a little bit on that and said, let me wait, because I want to get into the win-win situation.
But why though, right, Jay? Keep going. Because I heard something very interesting today about this whole Charles Barkley thing that made me go, ooh, is he going to mess that good money up? Messing with LIV?
Yeah. So, of course, the thing about it is that Barkley has always said that he wants to, do something else, move on from, inside the NBA. He keeps talking about it every year, and every year they win an Emmy, and every year it's like, well, I guess I'm back. I guess I'm back, Shaq. I guess I'm back. So I have some of the worst impressions, but you kind of know who they are. So now the question is, are you excited, or is Barkley actually going to go to LIV?
Is it supposed to be live?
I think it's LIV.
I've been saying LIV, LIVE. Live has an E at the end of it. It's LIV.
See, thank you, college folks.
LIV has an end at the E, has an E at the end of it also. Live and LIV is the same word. Anyway, we're not in college today. We're not in ILA or English class.
Sucks.
We on Big Game Sports Buzz. And
what's up?
What I heard today that was interesting is Charles Barkley is playing in the LIV Pro-Am right now. And Donald Trump came out and had a lot of things to say about it. What makes you go, okay there, buddy. But he's kind of backtracked and recanted a little bit, because one thing he said is it's not fair to TNT for me to string them along. So I will make a decision soon, but I got to be smart about this. And I just spoke with my sponsors. So, like right now, Charles Barkley's all over TV on the Subway commercials.
Right, sure.
Capital One with Samuel L. Jackson and Spike Lee. And there's one other big sponsorship that he has, right? So,
I can't remember what it is.
I can't. I'm mad. I can't remember right now. I'm about to Google it in a second. But all these
Capital One.
I said Capital One.
You say Capital One? Yeah.
So it's Subway, Capital One. What is it? A car dealer? Can't remember. It's another big one though. I mean, it's like I would love for them to come in and sponsor Big Game Sports Buzz. Okay.
Hey, we're here.
But the whole thing is he's now had to come out and say, well, I've talked to my sponsors, and so I got a lot of things to weigh before I make a decision on what I'm going to do, and I don't want to string TNT along. I honestly believe if it's LIV is going to pay Barkley a handsome salary to come over there and do it, but at the same time, the long-term money that he will get from I believe, from these sponsorships of Capital One and Subway, Nike, whatever, that's what it was, Nike, it will make him rethink going over to LIV. That's what I think.
But you know what? This is what disappoints me about Barkley, because I heard some wind of this, but was like, no, this isn't the Charles Barkley I know. Because I remember there was a time when Charles Barkley had an actual commercial that said, I ain't nobody's role model. I ain't a role model. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own person. He actually went on Inside the NBA and was like, you know what? They're talking about changing the basketball because of it, cows. And he went and he got a hamburger, and he ate a hamburger on live TV and said, you know what? Them SPCA people, whatever, they can go to hell. I'm going to eat this burger. Like, what happened? Has Charles now changed so much to where it's, we went from I'm not a role model, right? And your parents should be your role model, and those people should be the ones you look up to, now to, well, I got to check with my sponsors because my money.
I mean, that's still him being true to not want to be a role model on what he said. And Jay Styles, I have two ways of feeling about that. I feel with I feel where Barkley's coming from, and I understand where, yes, it is a parent's responsibility, but at the same time, you can't ignore that kids and people are going to look up to you because of your stature and what you do, and you're up there on the pedestal, and people want to mimic the behavior of their sports heroes. Barkley was a sports hero, whether he wanted to be or not, he was. But at the same time, parents still have to parent their kids. So
are we saying? So Charles basically now cares about his image.
I don't know if he cares about his image
or the perception
as much as he cares about making sure that he doesn't mess up his money. He's getting older.
But see, that's the thing.
He's not gonna be able
Barkley
to replace
got
a lot
money.
of these streams of revenue. Okay,
Barkley got money, well, and Liv is going to pay him.
People with money want more money. He ain't gonna quit wanting the money. But it's no secret, Barkley likes to gamble.
He does, but Barkley is also a smart dude with his money. Now, look, when he got drafted, he bought a truck, right? And he has had that same truck. This is a story where he's had like one car. He doesn't go out and buy a whole bunch of cars.
Well, the good thing, he gets them for free too.
Yeah, and that's like he doesn't overspend. So, and I'm looking at this from, I don't think it's the money part. I think it's more of the reputation part, and his perception of, and which he wants to really take care of, which, okay, that's fine. You're America's sweetheart. You're America's darling now. Everybody loves Charles. Even people in San Antonio love Charles and the big old women.
Hey, that was still
the big old women.
That's still one of the best things ever on Inside the NBA, dog.
It's sad.
Oh my God!
And when Shaq is from San Antonio, so he should be shamed. He said, "My mama said, don't be saying that no more. Don't have Charles say that. Say what, Shaq? What would you say, Charles, about the women in San Antonio? The big old women is said it. I'm saying, dude, that's great. So, but I think it is his perception, man.
All right. Well, my whole thing is, whatever decision Charles Barkley makes, that's Charles Barkley. Hey, more power to him.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's funny for him now to be backtracking on what he said for so long of what he stood for, what he stands for, like you said.
Right.
But hey, at the same time, man, no one's gonna be mad at him for not backing out. I mean, for turning down Liv and not messing up the sponsorships here at home. And if he decides to take the Liv bag, then you suffer the consequences.
Would you not be excited though to see him on there talking about golf? Charles Barkley is talking about golf.
I'm not watching Live Golf regardless.
I'm watching it.
Just to hear Charles Barkley?
Not only that, but they keep getting more defections, bro. There are more that are going.
Yeah, you're right.
There was one today. I believe Johnson, there's a strong 2-time PGA Tour winner is going over to Live. They got to pay him.
Hey, man, they got to do it. They doing what they need to do to get people over to it. It's all good. I'm not mad at Liv. I know people say they're mad about what some of the Saudi Arabia
backing, okay.
The backing, man, do you know how much blood money going to everything that's over here as well? So we can't start pointing the finger and throwing rocks at other glass houses and don't expect for a rock to come back at ours.
Speaking of blood money, let's talk about that Kyler Murray contract.
Woo! Damn!
Segue.
What a segue.
Boy. So of course, if you have not heard, and if you've been on the proverbial sports rock, Kyler Murray has inked a $230 million contract. 160 was 160, 165.
160 guaranteed.
160 guaranteed, right? But there's a stipulation in there, in that contract, which says that he has to have 4 hours of independent film study per week. He's come out and said, this is disrespectful to me. This is disrespectful.
You know how I knew he was mad? You know how I knew Kyler Murray was mad, Jay?
How'd you know
today in the press conference today? He said, check my record. That's what he said first. He said, check my record. He said, you don't go 43-0 in high school. He went back to his high school record at Allen High School. So for Kyler Murray, You know he was mad. He said, check my record. Now, this is my whole thing. As an athlete, if something comes out and now there's a different perception of me amongst everyone that I know, even my peers are going to look at and start to question, it's going to piss me off as well. Kyler Murray should be pissed because it's easy for us to assume, oh my God, they put this mandatory 4-hour study in. He never studied film. But I said before, the kid has ice water in his veins when it comes to competition. I'm not gonna question his work ethic. I don't know what goes into it, right? But there was something there for that language to be added to the contract. And my whole thing is, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more later. If something was an issue like that, you handle that behind closed doors. It's never supposed to get out to the public in the mainstream to now have everybody go back and relook at and dissect all of his bad games and how they're going to evaluate and look at every game that's going on this upcoming season. Every time Kyler Murray does something wrong this season, they're going to be, hey, I bet he didn't get the 4 hours in this week.
And anytime he goes into a visiting stadium, everybody's gonna have clocks.
They're gonna have clocks. They're gonna have study hall clipboards and study hall on it.
Man, if he comes, I'm telling you, when he comes to Dallas, that's what he's getting. When he comes to AT&T Stadium, I'm going out like Flavor Flav and be like, yo, they get them 4 hours in. And it is embarrassing. It is disrespectful of sorts. Not to him though. I believe in, and I said this in the Chop Shop. Check Chop Shop out Tuesdays 8 p.m. right here on Big Game Sports as well as ASAP. But it goes back to the QB coach and the OC and also the head coach. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point these dudes are not doing their job. You know what I'm saying? It pains me that he has to go through this, but if you so mad that you got to go back to high school, I mean, let's check the record of where you are now. How'd you do in the playoffs? How'd you do once people started to figure out, okay, here's your tails, here's what you do. We know if we can switch up on him, he don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I mean, and look, Big Game, you've of course obviously played the pro game. Mm-hmm. You have film study. You look at tendencies. You have books on quarterbacks and OCs and head coaches and say, hey, in this situation, 3rd down, 5 to 8 or 9 yards, this is what they do.
Right. Or this is what this guy likes to run on the plus 25-yard line, on the right hash. He likes to run this play to the boundary. Yeah, you do stuff like that.
And that comes from film study and being able to recognize it.
You're right, and I'm not questioning that part of it, Jay. I think what Kyler Murray was getting at today, and this is really more so about the contract. A question I had for you when I saw it, when I was in Florida and I saw this deal come through. I was like, what the hell are they smoking? So something I want to ask that, you know what I'm saying? That's why we wrote this down. But no one likes to lose. And if you do like to lose, something's wrong with you. And if you like to lose and okay with losing, you're not going to be in the NFL because you're not the right kind of competitor to get there.
Right.
Now, he doesn't like to lose. And some people words came out and it's been some mixed emotions, mixed words, right?
Sure.
So let's not get that misconstrued. The kid doesn't like to lose. He doesn't want to lose. Yeah. Now, how much he wants to study independently outside the building, I don't know.
Yeah.
And like I said, I said it on the show the other day, and I said it on Pro Fans Talk when I was on that show. Big shout out to B Money and those boys up in Boston, New England. They cover New England Patriots. Everything Boston had me on the show, and I made a statement there. Is like, you can't do what he does at this level. So, but for them to have to put something in that contract, and it's unfair because I lost my point. You hear me talking, Jay? I'm rambling, trying to figure out what the hell I was going to say to you. When people ask me the question of what I expect from my quarterback and how they should approach the game when it comes to film study, it's an unfair question to ask me because I played with Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning was a quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts when I played. So to see how Peyton attacked the game and attacked meeting rooms and took film home and got there early and left late, shit, don't ask me what I think my quarterback should do, because I'm going to compare it to the hardest working quarterback I saw when I played.
Right.
Not to say that no one else works hard, right? So
true.
If you're not the first one there, the last one to leave. Now think about it. This is back in the day where we didn't start getting like DVDs to take home to like my last 2 seasons.
Right.
Now they can just stream shit to you and share a link to watch it at home. They give you each player has their own tablet, dog.
Yes.
You have stuff to be able to perfect your craft outside of the building.
Yes.
And the way defensive coordinators call games nowadays, as complex as they can get, you have got to study outside of your normal install and game plan of what goes on during the week, on the week. Because the full game plan normally goes in that Tuesday, the players off day, is when they have the giant staff meeting. They work guys out, the coach staff does, and then bam, they get everything ready. You come in that Wednesday, you have your team meeting, you have your offensive meeting, defensive meeting, then you split to your individual meetings, right? And all installers going in that morning, or have your coach is breaking down. But you got to get something in between that, before or after, to really get a grasp of what's going on and try to learn the tendencies and create that playbook, like you were just saying, that little script book that you want to create. You have to do.
And so there it is, broken down for you by a professional of how it goes down. And it's one of those things where I got pissed off because, and I talked about this on the Top Shop, was, this guy gets paid a lot of money.
A
lot of money. And there are people that, they plan and they get paid a fraction and we get fired if anything was like this in a contract that they had to sign. And I get he's a competitor. That's cool. That's fine. I get he is super talented, which he is. I get that. That is true. But, and this is what we also talked about. I don't want to compare him to the Peyton Mannings and the Tom Bradys and the Aaron Rodgers, because he's not there yet. He's not there. But he's going into his fourth season. He's drafted in 2019. He's going into his fourth season. He had Larry Fitzgerald, who is a consummate professional. So he's had people around him that have shown him what and how to play this game and to prepare. And to go into an extension at this point, to have this in your contract, it is embarrassing. And you can say it's disrespectful, but, it kind of goes back to this. I wouldn't have to put it in if I didn't need to.
True. And this is my whole thing, Jay. He can say it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
But for it to get out, it's got to be a little bit of validity to it. And the thing is, we all know this about the quarterback position.
Yeah.
It is the toughest position on a football team when it comes to scrutiny, pressure, and being criticized. If you can't handle that part of it, you can't play quarterback in the National Football League, point blank, period, right?
I think it's a hard position in all of sports.
Oh, and I won't argue that with you. We won't even need to debate that. But I ask you this, the question that I have for you when it all came out. Did the Arizona Cardinals mess up by paying him this contract? Let's just be real. Let me ask you the straight up question. Did Arizona mess up by giving Kyler Murray this much money this fast off of him not really proving that he's ready to take that next step yet? Did they mess up by giving him the contract?
Watch this. You ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Listen.
No, they didn't, because they knew what they were going to do in the contract, number one. And number two, they knew they were going to leak it.
So you think this is all a ploy?
Oh, absolutely.
Arizona? Okay.
Listen, remember at the end of the season, he was talking about going somewhere else. I want to go somewhere else. I want to get traded. I want to get traded. I want to get traded. So now it's like, ooh, Deshaun Watson, Kyler Murray, where can they go? Maybe they just do an even swap. like it was a whole big thing. And so Arizona said, look, we know that he's a talent. We know he's a talent. We can't let him go because we don't want to face him. Right? So how can we keep him? We know we got to pay him, but how can we keep him? But we have a safety valve. And that safety valve is, hey, if you don't do this 4 hours, because here's the thing, how do you check that he did 4 hours of film study outside the building? Yeah. Well, we can check the time, and man, he just turn that on and go watch some movies. How do you know? How do you know?
Yeah, man.
Unless someone is sitting there watching
that's
him
my whole
do
thing. You said it's 4 hours of independent film study, but if someone's watching him, it's not independent.
It's not independent.
I mean, my whole thing is with the whole stipulation thing is one thing, and a whole nother topic in the show by itself. And I did a short on it on our channel, is that Deshaun Watson screwed up the quarterback market to where Arizona, I believe this, and I'll say it if I'm wrong, correct me. And I know we got to move on with these 4 days.
Yeah, we do.
Kyler Murray deserved some type of extension, but to get the 120 guaranteed and to make it $230 million, if you believe that he was that guy, that contract he got doesn't have a stipulation of how much film you watch in it. If he gets that much money, if you have to put that in there, that means you overpaid somebody. That's a problem. Arizona, they excuse my language, they fucked it up. They controlled the whole situation.
They did,
but they gave him the bag. You had control of the situation. Prove to me you're going to win in the first round of the playoffs.
Right.
Prove to me you're going to keep the MVP pace the entire year. Prove to me you can go beat our nemesis, the Rams and the 49ers, on a consistent basis. And then we'll come back and talk to you about this money that you want to feel like you're appreciated. Prove to me that you deserve this money by studying film outside of this building before I give you $120 million. But you gave him 120. Point blank, period. Yeah, fuck yeah, 160 guaranteed. Guaranteed money.
Hey, let's go on, because I don't want you to stroke out over there.
I'm on my medicine, dog. I'm good. I'm on my medicine.
Third down. KD Saga. This guy. Between him, you know what? Between him, Ben, and Kyrie, they deserve to be on the same team.
They need a soap opera, dog.
Dude, it is. Like, I'm so upset there are no cameras around, because this would be such good TV to watch. Look, right now, Boston and supposedly Golden State are like the only places that are viable, or maybe even LA, but LA has nothing to give. So, I don't even know what to say on this. I'm just tired.
I guess this is my whole thing, and I guess we put KD Saga, but a lot in this 4th down. The question from me to you is, Boston made a run. They gave Golden State a lot more than I think people thought. Right?
Yes.
Is Kevin Durant really the answer they need? You break up that young nucleus that we talked about, start gelling so well together. You give up Jaylen Brown, then you got to give up the farm with it to bring Kevin Durant in. Yeah. Right? Is it worth it? Is it worth the risk?
No. And now here's the thing with Boston. Boston has a great front office in that they have picks to give. They can give all kinds of picks. They'll find more picks.
I don't know how they got those picks they got, but they said Boston is the one team that can give Brooklyn a lot of draft capital to get Kevin Durant. But my whole thing is, if you're the Brooklyn Nets, you just say, shut up, sit down, we'll get ready if we want to, and make him play again? Or do you roll the dice on trying to keep someone that doesn't want to be with your team?
I mean, they already have someone like that in Kyrie. So and
Kyrie created this cancer for Brooklyn.
Absolutely. You have that with Kyrie. Ben, we don't know if he'll ever play again.
I forget that he on the team sometimes, Jay Styles.
A lot of people forget he's even in
I
the
really
league.
Forget that he was part of that James Harden trade, dog.
Yes.
I'm like, huh? Oh yeah, Ben Simmons.
Exactly.
That dude that don't play, but he ain't physically hurt. His brain just injured.
His brain is injured.
Excuse me. Let me stop. Let me stop you there. I'm going to apologize to anyone I may have offended right there. Mental health is real.
It is
real. I just don't know if Ben Simmons' case of it is real. That's all I'm saying. Take it how you want. If you get mad at me, holler at your boy. bgsportsbuzz@gmail.com.
There it is.
Shoot me a line, homeboy. We'll
JK97 on Twitter.
Hey, man. Yeah, that too. Yeah,
JK97 on Twitter.
All day, every day. Shoot me DM me on that, homie. We can talk about it. But I'm not anonymous. I'm not gonna hide after saying this shit. I'm not anonymous.
But it just seems to me this is a saga that it just continues to play out with these two people who continue to say, I don't want to be in the limelight. I don't know why people keep talking about me. You have burner accounts, you have podcasts where you put yourself out there like this. You put yourself out there like this. Y'all stop, keep my name out your mouth. Then don't do stupid stuff like this. If you want to trade, I get that. You want to trade. But y'all created this team. Y'all wanted this team. You got the players you wanted. You saw it didn't work out. Kyrie, and Ben is Benning. So, it's just a part that you got to look at and say, okay, what do you do now? I don't know where KD goes. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care. I don't think he can win without a team like Golden State. He has to have a team like that. So it's either Golden State or Boston.
He could make Boston work with what they drafted and what they have, depending on what the Nets would ask in return.
Right.
He could probably do it there, but it's gonna be bad if he stays in Brooklyn. I feel like he needs to stay. I feel like Kyrie needs to stay because where he wants to go in LA, they have nothing to give, and no one's gonna. They need about two other teams to get involved to make something work, and no one wants Russell Westbrook. That's the whole
Nobody.
So, there it is.
Do you think maybe the Clippers?
Clippers for who?
KD.
I don't see that. I don't see.
I don't see it either.
Paul George messing with.
I'm just throwing out names. I'm just throwing out teams because the only team I can see that would have an opportunity is Boston. That's it. Because everyone else has a young nucleus that they are pushing. Orlando is pushing their young nucleus. Right. Chicago is pushing their young nucleus.
Yeah, they're trying to grow with what they have. I feel you on that. And that's smart. They should.
So I just don't see who would have the capital to do it. And then also just how he would fit in. I think he would probably fit into most teams. He's just a very unique player, but what you have to give up to get him. Let's go ahead and let's punch into that fourth down, man. Saw this today.
We talked about this a long time ago. Now it's getting closer to the.
It's getting closer to it.
Closer, so it made you bring it back up, huh?
The nature boy.
Rolex watch wearing. Limousine riding. All right, man.
Ric Flair at the ripe young age of 73 is going to put on the tights and lace up the boots.
He need to put some pants on. I don't want to see him in the glittery.
He got to wear the tights. He got to wear the trunks. In the robe to don the squared circle again. This was almost my oh hell no, but I said, look, let's talk about this, because just for a brief moment. And I wish Reed was here because this is our wrestling guy.
Yeah.
But Ric Flair looks awful, okay? He looks awful. And I get it. He's 73. But he's 73, folks. He's 73. He already slurred his words. Now he slurs them even more. I just don't get why. Someone should step in.
But you really sound like a concerned citizen the way you said that just now. You're like, hey, someone should step in.
I'm looking at his daughter like, yo, you wrestle. Just like Pop.
Doesn't his son wrestle also? Or he did for a while, right?
His son did wrestle for a while, yes. But Charlotte Flair should step in and say, Pop, look, I appreciate you and what you have meant to this whole game of wrestling in the history. But it's the history. It's his story.
For a reason.
For a reason. Let him give him his flowers.
Is Ric Flair still married? Does he have a wife?
No.
That's why his ass is wrestling.
She didn't step in. Hey, Ricky.
That's why he getting in the ring. He ain't got nobody to talk no sense. His kid's scared of him, probably.
Yes.
I can't talk no sense in the daddy. I'm just gonna let him go wrestle. If he ain't got no wife, that's why he getting in the ring, Jay Styles.
This is madness. It is madness. It is insanity. Ric Flair, I love you. I do. I've watched you for a very long time. That should tell you something, Ric Flair. It's time to stop. Just hang up the boots, bro. He's already in the Hall of Fame. He's already there.
There's nothing else Ric Flair can do to solidify his legacy, right?
Nothing.
So the whole fact that we're even talking about this, it makes me say one thing, Jay Styles.
What does it make you say?
Oh, hell no. 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 Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
That's right, folks. This is the segment of the show where we look at things like this throughout the week that make us say, oh, hell no. You said you had one. What's yours? You got yours up? Because I'm ready for mine too.
I'm glad you're ready. Mine is real quick, man. And it's just to piggyback of what our second down was. It's just the whole Kyler Murray debacle and fiasco. And just the fact now that, we got to listen to him come out and try to refute what people are saying about him. Right. But to me, the whole hell no moment, and you made a point that you said that it was probably leaked by the Arizona Cardinals. Mm-hmm. The Arizona Cardinals need an ass kicking, and they're hell no, because whatever's in that contract, the NFL salaries are made public, not contracts. Right. No one had to know about this. So for this to be said and put out, it's tacky by the team. Yeah. It's classless. It's spineless. And it's just messed up all the way around, man. The Arizona Cardinals organization right now, to me, they get a hell no.
Hey, very good. Well put. Clap for you. I went back and forth. There were two of them that I had, but I'm just going to settle on this one. This week came out, there were some questions asked to one head coach, Deion Sanders of the Jackson State University, about playing in an NFL stadium. And he said, why would I want to do that? You know what? My oh hell no is not to Deion, Coach Deion, sorry. But it is to the person who came to him and said, hey, why don't you go play in Jacksonville? Why would he do that? And he said it right. We play in front of packed stadiums. That's what we do. He said they can barely get people there to watch a professional game. That's not even our home state. That's not a home crowd. We're going to play in front of our people. We're going to play in front of, in our crowd, in our stadium. Kudos to you. And oh, hell no to the person that said, hey, why don't you go play in Jacksonville Stadium? Oh, hell no.
That's a good one, dog. And I appreciate you on that one, man. I think too much is made off of, and people trying to pull Deion in. And I think a lot of what's going at him now is they're trying to get a reaction out of Prime. But people don't realize, do you know who this is? This Coach Prime, dog. Bro. You're not going to get anything out of him that he doesn't want to give you. You're not going to draw him into a bunch of BS. He's going to shoot it to you straight. Do what he does. And, Jackson State is making a mark on college football right now. That's good for the game of college. Yes. And it's good for HBCUs and people of color. It really is. And not to make it a black-white thing, but it's good for a whole nother part of sports right now.
Absolutely.
Hey, big up, shout out to Coach Prime. Oh, hell nah to the jackass that asked the question of trying to make something out of nothing. I'm going to sell out. And people don't realize, man, that stadium in Jackson State holds, 60,000?
It's big, bro.
And they feel it, and they feel it.
They pack it out.
I know people that's talking about going to games from California now just to go check Coach Prime in Jackson State.
They pack it out.
That's
they
big.
pack it out. They pack it out. Yeah. For sure. All right, we got a new segment that we're debuting tonight. You got something for that?
I don't have an intro for it because I had some running to do today. I apologize.
That's all right. No,
I have one for next week.
There you go. It's called Between the Lines, and this is where we go around the NFL, right? And we talk about the comings and goings and the headlines, the ups and downs of what's going on in the National Football League, right? The Shield. So without further ado, let's just jump into this thing. That way we can get to all the rest of the good stuff. Ezekiel Elliott, an impact player this season.
And I put this on here for you, Jay, because, I know shout out to you and Trey for doing a really good job, man, on Cowboys cutting up last night.
Yes, sir.
Some really good, interesting facts and points. And I know one of the things, looking at everything that's going on in the training camps, we here in the Dallas area, so we get Cowboys information overload. But I know the one thing, I sell information overload because I just don't care about the Cowboys like you do. But at the same time, the local guys do a good job of, promoting their team.
Yeah.
But the thing that got me, and I wanted to ask you is, we always talk about Kellen Moore needs to do more to help Dak Prescott out, and he needs to get that running game going, right?
Yeah.
We know what Ezekiel Elliott did 3 years ago now. It's been about 3 years since he had that impact where I think he was like top 5 running back in the NFL. My question is, can Ezekiel Elliott return to being not just an impact player for the Cowboys, but an impact player of the whole NFL? Can he be one of those impact running backs of the NFL?
The tough answer to that is no. And it's not so much because of him per se, but it is because he has 2 other running backs behind him that do more than he can. And he has a line in front of him that is unproven.
Okay.
And you have an OC that realistically doesn't know how to utilize them.
Okay.
Or is just, stuck in a rut. So can he be an impact player here in Dallas anymore? I don't think he can.
Wow.
I think he'll be hard pressed to get, maybe 900 yards this season.
Okay. Here's a better question.
Yes, sir.
Is Ezekiel Elliott still the starting running back at the end of the season this year? Or does he lose his job?
Man, you know what? That's a great question. I think he's still a starter because of the contract. But don't be surprised if you see his numbers as far as touches diminish even more. And they're abysmal last year.
They were. No Cowboy running back had, I think, one game over 100 yards or something. Like, they had 8 games where the highest rushing total was like 53 yards amongst all the backs, something like that. This is my whole thing on this. It's a pressure season for the Dallas Cowboys. Mike McCarthy can say everything's fine. Jerry Jones can say that everything's fine. We know that Sean Payton is Mike McCarthy's looking over his shoulder for both his shoulders for 2 people.
Yep.
Dan Quinn and Sean Payton.
Yes, sir.
One is on his own goddamn staff.
Yes.
And the other one just pop up and chill in Dallas every now and then.
Yeah, every now and again.
So
ain't that far.
If it gets, my whole thing is, if it gets tight, and Pollard is outperforming Ezekiel Elliott, they will, I believe they'll make a move and shut him down. They'll make a change in the middle of the season.
They'll diminish. I think they'll diminish his touches, and he'll be more of a situational back, which, a third down back, as they call it. And that'll relegate him, and then they'll just say, look, it doesn't make any sense for us to pay you this amount of money to be a third down back. See you later. Bye-bye.
Now, he said rumors have come out today. I know the story on ESPN was he played with a partially torn ligament in his knee last year and was hurt and banged up. Are you buying that, or that's just an excuse to give him?
No, I think that was legit. No, I think that was legit. But I also look at it from the standpoint of, the line wasn't good. Dak was hurt. OC was horrible and trash. And there's a lot of reasons, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things like, okay, do you come off the field, get yourself healthy for the next season, or do you try to play through it because you think maybe this season we can do well enough to get to the playoffs, or at least get a bye, which they didn't get,
They're not it's only one bye now. You know that, right?
Right. So
not even two no more. It's one bye now.
Right. And they were there for a moment, and it was a brief moment. I say very brief. Yeah, it's tough to say because I just don't think Zeke. There's too much against him to be an impactful player this season.
Jay Styles, you made some good points. You know that, right? You made some really good points.
Buff Nerd.
And Buff Nerd, I want you to take this in and retain this now. Some of the points you made are some of the same situations y'all are facing this year.
Yes, absolutely.
You have the same offensive coordinator.
Yes.
Some would say your offensive line got worse.
Yes.
Because of people you lost. So if he underperformed last year in those situations, some of those same situations are still coming back this year. What changes it?
Well, hopefully he's healthier. And that's that's about it.
That's a big one.
He's healthier.
Health is wealth. Yeah. So
health is wealth. Dak is supposed to be healthier. I'm hoping Dak has learned.
Hey, Dak look healthy, shaking them goddamn hips to another
man. Look, this, as he stated, this is his golden year. Douche. All right. Speaking of douches, segue. More pressure to perform: Aaron Rodgers or Davante Adams?
Woo, man. So Davante Adams decided to leave Aaron Rodgers and go join his former college teammate Derek Carr.
6 years ago.
Yeah, forever ago. But chemistry is a chemistry, right? I just think a lot of it was the writing was on the wall, so to speak, in Green Bay. And Davante Adams said, "You know what? Enough's enough. The situation's not going to change here. Yep. They still not getting even other weapons, good weapons around me to help me out to give me a good solid number 2. I'm gonna take the show on the road and go to Las Vegas. And think about this, dog. You got Darren Waller there, who's a top 3 tight end.
Yes.
You got Renfro, who could play and run in the slot.
Yes.
The other kid that your one's in trouble. The kid they drafted the same year as Ruggs, another wide receiver. There's another wide receiver they got that's young that played well. I can't remember who it is. Anyway, I think Davante Adams looked at it and said that he's going to a situation where he has more weapons around him, and there's going to be greener pastures for him.
Oh, yeah.
As far as pressure goes to perform, I think just because we already said it, the quarterback position is the hardest position in all the sports. Aaron Rodgers will be under more pressure, although he has less weapons to deal with, even though he got my man Romeo Doubs. Shout out to a former Nevada Wolfpack wide receiver. They got Romeo Doubs in the 3rd round. Great talent, but he ain't Davante Adams yet.
He ain't there yet, and he still has douche supreme passing to him. So the pressure is on him.
I forgot how much him and Matthew Stafford, boy, they do something to you.
Oh, my God.
Oh, shoot.
That Pafford. Anyway, that douche monster.
Let's not do that. So,
no.
I believe. Right. So we're in agreement. We think Aaron Rodgers is under the most pressure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think douche Poe is definitely going to be that. Tyreek Hill. Is he putting unnecessary pressure on Tua Tagovailoa?
Oh, man. This is my whole thing. This is the way I took it. I'm going to take it. I think that he is trying to give a false sense of encouragement and backing with what he's doing right now. I think he's trying to help Tua feel like, yeah, I am good. Yeah, wow. Hey, man, I'm better than Mahomes. Tyreek Hill said it. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a great. So I think it's a little bit of a mind game to it. Now, to me, Tua under pressure regardless, dog.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to the next one because I like this. Deshaun Watson awaiting suspension. Should he be allowed to practice? I say yes. Let him practice until they come down with it.
Yeah, I feel you. This is a topic that came up that I saw online today, and I was like, man, we're gonna piggyback off this one. I'm gonna ask Styles what he thinks. Now he should be allowed to practice.
Sure.
Do you increase Jacoby Brissett's reps though, thinking that he may have to start the season out for you?
Oh, absolutely. He's going to get suspended. There's no question he's going to get suspended. And this is what we talked about on Chop Shop. it's going to be 6 or more. So get Jacoby ready, but get him acclimated to what he's going to be stepping into when he does get on the field, because Jacoby is not your guy.
Okay.
So,
I ain't gonna argue that at all.
Yeah.
Good one.
Bucs center Jensen goes down at practice. Oh, man.
Not that it just went down. It's now been confirmed that it's a torn ACL. So
yeah,
he done.
Oh man. And we were talking about this, as my guy would say backstage, but pre-show. Tough. Old man Tom don't like pressure up the middle. He don't like it in his face.
There's a couple of moves that I think that's out there for the Buccaneers. You just hate to see anybody get hurt. And it was a non-contact practice. They out there in just helmets.
Yeah. And especially on the first day.
And he and another player collided and ran into each other.
That's tough. And wish him all the best.
Hey, I'm praying now, dog.
Yeah.
A lot.
Wish him all the best.
Yes,
I like this. I like this question too. Under most pressure to perform like a top pick, Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield? Both.
You took the easy way out on that, Jay.
No, I did not.
It's hard to argue you're both, but I feel like Sam Darnold's under more pressure. You already left a team in New York. Last year after week 3, it seemed that you reestablished yourself as a top NFL draft, because Darnold wasn't the number 1 overall pick the year he came out, right? But he was in the first round pick of the Jets, and it was early. But
he was like 2,
now
2, 3.
You done stunk at him so bad. They brought Cam Newton back first. That didn't work. So now they go get another former first round pick, number 1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield. Your ass in trouble, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's under more pressure to perform, man.
No, it's Baker, because Baker has so much to prove. And guess who's on the slate first game? The Cleveland Browns.
That's right.
So to me, it's both. He's got to prove that I am a good quarterback. I can do this job. And Sam Darnold, it's the same deal, just like you pointed out. Everything you said is correct. I think we skip over the next one, Murray comments.
Yeah. We already touched on it before we were supposed to. So, yeah, we good. So
who wins the AFC East? Who wins? Buffalo, Miami, Pats, or Jets? I think this is actually an easy one.
I do too. Like we decided to go this division first, and I think it fits because we're just starting in the training camp. I don't think anyone's going to question who went. I do say this though. Yeah. I think it's going to be a little bit more competitive than what people give it credit for.
Sure. The top 3, the Jets will still suck.
I think the Jets are going to be better.
I
think the Jets will be better. No, think about free agency. They made some good moves. They drafted every key need they had. Now, if those young players, are they going to perform? We don't know. But they drafted offensive line. They drafted wide receiver. They drafted defensive back.
Where do you put them in the division?
Would you think I'm lying? Would you think I'm lying if I said I put them 3rd and Miami last? I mean, I would be lying. I just said I think they're going to be better than what people think, and I think they're going to make it competitive. That doesn't mean I think they're going to win the division, Jay.
Okay,
I think they'll be a tougher opponent than they were a year ago.
They'll be the 3rd losing team.
That's
because you still have Jacksonville, and you still got Carolina. And then it's the Jets.
They'll be better than that. Give me a week.
Put that in bet.
Give me a week, and I'll write. Well, I got to go through all 32 and to see like where they're gonna fit. So feel where I'm going on that. All right, so on this one, I think it is easy, and I think we might both be on the same page. I think I almost put it down in the order. I think I got Buffalo. Something's up in New England, dog. Like, they don't have an offensive coordinator. Matt Patricia is supposed to be calling part of the offense, along with what not Joe Judge. No, it is Judge. Didn't he get fired in New York? Yeah. Judge and somebody and Belichick. Like, something's not right. That whole thing there. They don't have a defensive coordinator named. Belichick can't be in both sides of the meeting room at the same time.
It's Belichick, though. Why not?
Patriots, man, the Patriots the Dolphins might sneak past them with what they put together. What they have on paper, Buffalo's hand down is going to win the division.
Yes.
Buffalo's number 1.
Yes.
I believe Miami can sneak into that number 2 spot. Patriots 3, Jets 4. And I know that seems like a reach. When's the last time you ever thought that Miami would be better than New England?
Never.
Yeah, but
never. Not since Dan Marino.
Because Mac Jones, let me tell you something. Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Okay, I know you do. And he looked great last year. His quarterback rating was 93.6, 3,000 yards. Completed a hell of a lot of checkdowns, a hell of a lot of screen passes, a hell of a lot of controlled ball.
You know who does that too?
It was smoke and mirrors.
You better not say what I think
you're gonna say. Go.
You know who does that too?
Who?
And he's still Tom Brady.
No,
Tom Brady. Tom Brady is known for the check down. He's known for it. He's known for it. Because he don't
like to get hit, he'll throw it down. His check down is different than a pre-call check down.
Is it?
It's a difference. Yes, it is.
It's still a check down though, isn't it? Cookies and cream ice cream. It's still cookies and cream ice cream.
We still have receivers that throw the ball downfield. They don't.
You know what? We still have one guy to go, and we still have the top 5 to do. So,
right, cool.
What you want to do?
We're gonna go, man. Shit, we'll be a few minutes late. Hey, that's my hope. So you didn't tell me what you think as far as the order goes on the AFC.
I think it's Buffalo, Pats, Miami, and Jets.
So we just got 2 teams that we switched out. We're good.
Pats or Pats.
Right. Hey man, now
the segment I hate. This is the segment I hate. One gotta go.
Hey, yo,
that's the only introduction I'm gonna give for it.
You guys, if you're on Twitter, you're on social media, you're on Facebook, you see these memes and things come out all the time of it's either you got to get rid of one or start one, bench one, cut one. But here we got one got to go. So we give you 4 people or things and one you got to get rid of forever. And since training camp has started back, I came up with a football one got to go. And Jay, I made it even harder. I didn't really just stick to one specific position. I just hit you with defensive players.
You did.
So I got 4 defensive greats up here. 4 legends. Ray Lewis, Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White, and prime time Deion Sanders. One got to go forever and never, ever, ever made a mark or played the game. Which one is it? This is beyond hard. When I first found this one, I was like, I replied back, y'all crazy? I'm not playing this game. I quit.
You quit.
No.
You don't want to play the game.
No. That's what I said when I found it. I'm gonna get rid of one, and I'll be able to tell you why I get rid of them. I only cheated on one, dog, that I didn't play.
Reggie White. Reggie White.
The minister of defense.
The minister of defense.
Wow. Well, you know. Okay, why Reggie White, Jay? I'm gonna ask you that real quick before we keep it going.
Obviously, it was very difficult. You don't get rid of LT. You don't get rid of Prime. These persons redefine the position. So now you have Ray Lewis and Reggie White, and the Reggie White made an impact on games he played. Ray Lewis, I believe, made an impact on the whole game and redefining that position again, the linebacker position again. Speed with tenacity, with the hard hit, can cover. I mean, he could do it all, but had in a big frame.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, Reggie White is known for just killing the quarterback. And it's hard because he did it so well. He did it absolutely well. But Ray Lewis, to me, just can do more.
Man, for me, this is hard because, right now the guy you want to get rid of, he's on my Mount Rushmore for defensive lineman.
Absolutely. I get that.
The other one, you said I couldn't call him a defensive lineman, that he's an outside linebacker. That's LT. Primetime, he changed the game of how people celebrate. He changed the game of how people want to cover. They want to play. Mm-hmm. He reinvented the cornerback position, I believe, the way he played it, right? Mm-hmm. Ray Lewis is another one. Not just that, he changed the whole entire way a team thinks and plays. Reggie White was a quiet, silent assassin on the field. Lawrence Taylor was just a fool, and I tried to mimic him when I was in high school. That's who I wanted to be. But if I got to get rid of one, believe it or not, and I know a lot of my friends, if anybody here that knows me, I'm going to say I got to get rid of LT, dog. I got to get rid of LT. And that's only because he had other antics and things going on.
It's been good seeing y'all tonight. The shows.
Hey, I can't get rid of Reggie White. I cannot get rid of Reggie White. Can't do it. You take your hat off, you can leave. I'll finish the top 5 by myself. It don't matter. But that one got to go. I told you when I first saw this, I said, man, I can't play this. This shit is hard. But that's what I got, bro. You could hate me now,
folks,
but I won't stop now.
Make sure you comment. We will read your comments. We're going to go extra because this right here, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this.
What's you talking about? I gave
hit us up in the comments.
You gave me a reason.
You gave reasons. You gave reasons. All right. Anyway,
so are you trying to say did you lose some respect for my football prowess?
I did
because I said LT would go over Reggie White.
I did,
but that's the whole thing, Jay. That's why it's
like a smidge.
That's why we discuss it, because no one's going to agree. I think you take 20 people and give them that same one got to go, and you're gonna have at least 10 different answers.
I don't think so.
You think everyone's gonna pick Reggie White?
No, not Reggie White, but LT will be on everybody's list. LT will be on everybody's list. I think they would actually choose between Prime
and Reggie White.
Wow. Or no, probably Prime and Reggie White.
We just hyped up Coach Prime so much. Young people.
Yeah,
there's no young people that's damn near gonna know who all 4 of these guys are. When we say young, what age young are you talking about?
Let's say, 20 and younger.
Oh shit,
25.
Only person they gonna know is Prime because he's coaching now. So Prime is Coach Prime is gonna automatically be safe. So that means they're gonna pick either Ray Lewis
or Reggie White.
Or LT. They don't know LT.
You know what? You're right. They don't know LT. They know Ray Lewis because he's still relevant. Yeah. So yeah, Reggie White or LT.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think it'll come down to. I mean, like I said, it's just a game. We just playing. LT made me go out and buy a Giants Parker jacket back in the day. Okay, so don't trip.
I ain't do all that, but I definitely wanted to wear his number. But that is.
Hey man, I got a story about number 56.
That is
Brian Stange, I still can't believe you wouldn't have stole my goddamn number my junior year in high school. Sorry, punk ass coach let seniors pick numbers, and he picked 56. He knew I wanted that shit. So then I had to go get another one. It's all good.
Oh my God.
Hey man, but we got one more
top
that we
5.
gotta get everybody. Let's go.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
Oh my gosh, what is going on here? Is that you? Is that me? I don't know.
I thought it was you. All right.
It's probably me. Okay. Preseason, y'all. Day 2. Day 2. Check it. Listen, some people have a top 100. Some have a list. Some have a top 50. Some have a top 25. Some even have a top 10. That's the easy way. We don't do that here.
Okay.
We're going to get it out. We're going to finish this up strong. Here we have a top 5 list. A top 5. Who's in, who's out, what's in, what's out. This week's top 5 list. Top 5 alternate 2022 NFL jerseys and helmets. They've come out with the list. There's 13 of them. They've come out with. let's see, Chicago, Cincinnati, Arizona, the Commies, Dallas, the Eagles, the Panthers, New Orleans, Houston. Did Tampa Bay ever submit their requisition? Did they ever get theirs in?
Man, you already know they don't have one, man. Why you being an ass? Don't be that. Don't be that guy, dog. You're being that guy, Jay Styles. That ain't cool, bro.
Oh man, that's so funny. Of course, Atlanta with a throwback, the Giants or the Gigantes, right? And of course, the Project Pats. The
what? The Project Pats.
Project Pats.
Hey, you lost your mind. Whoop, whoop. Hey, why is the first thing that came to my head was the song Chicken Heads when you said that?
Let's go, Third Coast. Hey, rest in power, Project Pat.
Project Pat's not dead.
Oh, he's not?
I'm sorry. Not that I know of. If he is, it's news to me.
He's not.
Oh God, what is
Love
wrong?
you, Project Pat. Man, just let me, All right. So here we go. Top. Let's go with this top 5. Excuse me, helmets and jerseys. Okay.
Hey man. Oh, am I doing mine first?
Go ahead and do yours first.
What are we doing? Hold on. I got something while we do this. We're gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
But
you got it right. There we go.
So here's some of the things right here, man. So Jay, we talk about this. I'm a big uniform guy, and I love what they're doing here. I'm pissed off that the Buccaneers don't have one, but it's okay.
They came out with one.
Hey man, shut up.
Black.
See,
they got the all black.
There you go. You being that guy right now, bro. So right now, man, my top 5, man, for these, and it's not. I just like them. I like the Jets.
Yeah,
that black of the Jets. I like the. I believe it or not, I like the Cardinals. Because Kyler Murray might be wearing it to his funeral, so it's fitting. The Chicago Bears, dude, that orange is because the Bears are so traditional with their colors. It's like ugly. It's like not really black. It's navy-ish, and it's like a piss poor Halloween costume. So to see that orange on Chicago, I like it big time, dude. The Carolina Panthers. I don't know why. I wish I had a youth football team just to mimic this helmet. Like I would do, if I was the Panthers, I would do that. I would do that right there, that black helmet. And then for some reason, man, the Houston Texans. I like that red of Houston, and I'm not really a red guy like that.
Right.
But I like that one.
Okay.
I'm sorry, and I'm not gonna give an honorable mention. I want to, but I can't.
I know you want to, but that's okay. Hey, I agree with you on the Bears. Look, this is the first time the Chicago Bears has ever worn a different colored helmet. The first time in their storied history. So that kind of tells you, hey, this is new. So I like it. Even with that orange, I like it. This is my homer pick, the Dallas Cowboys. And here's my thing. I'm down for the silver and blue because it's silver and blue. That's iconic. But this is what started it all. Back in 1960 was actually the white and the blue. So I actually do like that. I'm with you on the Panthers. I do like the all black. I think it's just one of those helmets. Like, that's pretty dope. It's the Black Panthers to me. This year there will be the Black Panthers.
The Carolina Black. And did you see one of the posters had someone posing like the Black Panther with that uniform on?
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Cool. That's what's up. I actually like the Falcons throwback red helmets.
It's sick.
I know
it is sick. It is. It's nice.
That's dope. That is dope. And then I actually like the Cincinnati white Bengals. I think that's dope because especially it's going to match with the uniform. That's dope.
Yeah. They did a good job with that all white. I just got kind of conflicted because at first I was like, I didn't know that the Zebras was a mascot in the NFL. I'm just playing, man. I just did that to mess with my man A. Reed. Shout out to the musicologist A. Reed. I just had to give your team a hard time,
because he's going to say something. Oh, that's messed up, man. That's messed up. That's messed up.
Hey, can I say something real quick? You see that? Why was Daniel Jones looking like that in that picture for the Giants throwback?
He looked like Eli.
Like the most awkward Ichabod Crane look ever, dog. Like,
dude, he'll be out of the league in 2 years.
No, he'll hold the clipboard.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Somebody's going to pick him up. He will be a backup, probably in Dallas, because that's just the kind of stuff we do. Listen, folks, that is episode 42, season 4, episode 1. We're back. We're back. Thank you so much for joining in with us. Make sure that you, again, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we're coming on. We'd love to chat with you. You can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, ASAP, Roku, and of course, you can also check us out on Amazon, Spotify, Apple, where else? Anywhere else that you listen to your podcast while you're working out. Big Game be out there working out, right? Running on your bike. Actually, not on a bike.
Running on your bike. That's what good shit.
No,
right
running
there.
or on your bike.
Oh, I thought you said running on the bike. I was like, I want to see that exercise.
I don't. I don't want to see. Don't do that.
I want to see what running on the bike look like.
You don't. It's bad.
Is that like E40 and Ghost riding the whip?
You from the Bay, so I don't. Oh my gosh! But you can check us out on any of those platforms where you catch your favorite podcast. I am Jay Stocks, the Buff Nerd. Let's go.
And I'm Big Game James. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.